Hey movers, you are on day 6 of the EC Moves Touch Your Toes 15-day program. You are almost halfway there. Keep up the consistency and let's get started. Coming to a parallel position, starting with those 4 breaths. Chaillé, inhale. Exhale. 3 more, inhale. Exhale. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, down. Last one, inhale. Exhale, taking our head into 2 circles in one direction, getting out any of the kinks in the neck, and reverse the circle for 2. Looking all the way down and all the way up. Last one. And lifting your head back onto a neutral spine, our 8 pliés and shoulder rolls back. In 7, in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse the circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stepping out to a parallel second position, arms down, leaning side to side, trying to think about reaching your fingertips to the bottom of your feet. Our weight is even between our between our heels and all 10 toes, leaning side to side in 4. And switch. This is 3. And switch. 2 more here. Right side, left side. Last one. Reaching those arms out to a second position. We're gonna bend our left knee, going into a spiral twist as we touch our hands and feet together. Twist. Back to center, to the left, and up to the right. Back to center, left, and center. 4 more here in 4. And lift in 3. And up in 2. Press it up. Last one. And up. Closing those legs to a parallel position, facing side at your mat. Tucking that chin into your chest and rolling down vertebra by vertebra, keeping your hips on top of those ankles as your head melts into the ground. Bending those knees, walking out into a plank position. Dropping those knees, untucking those toes, and going into our cat and cow. Warming up that spine. And cat and cow. 4 more here in 4. And up. This is 3. And up. 2 more here in 2. And up. Last one. Rounding and arching. Finding our neutral spine. Tucking our toes, pressing up to our downward facing dog. We're going to lift up both heels and lower. Our focus is looking between and through our legs, trying to get our sit bones up higher each time we lower those heels. Palms are pressing into the mat, straightening our back from our head to our tail. 8 more here for 8. Lift and lower. This is 6. Press it down in 5. Armpits are opening to the mat in 4. In 3, we're going to hold it down in 2. Last one, holding the heels down, feeling the backs of those legs, your spine and your armpits lengthen as you melt into the ground. We're going to step forward with our right foot into a lunge. Feeling a lengthen from our head to our tail. Hands are either placed firmly on the ground or up in a fist. Straight spine from the top of our head to our tailbone. Dropping that knee, untucking those toes, pressing your hands onto that right thigh and inching yourself forward. And inching yourself forward. Feeling that lengthen in the front of those hips. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're going to shift back, sitting our glutes back, flexing that front foot, toes reaching to the ceiling, feeling that stretch in that right calf. Spine is still nice and straight, shoulders pressing away from those ears. Walking your hands closer to your foot if you would like, increasing that stretch on that front leg. That back is still nice and straight. We're going to shift our weight forward, back up onto our lunge, holding it here again for just a few breaths, seeing if we can get ourselves even further now. Shoulders are still pressing away from those ears. You're going to place those hands back down onto the mat, lifting up just a little with that leg. We're going to turn that knee out, going into our pigeon pose. Our knee is turned out. Option is to stay here with a nice straight back, pressing up with those hands. Option 2, you can lower onto your elbows, feeling an increased stretch on your hips. Option 3, you can lengthen your hands all the way down and stretch your forehead and nose down to the mat. Pick and choose which one feels best for you today. I want you to pick one that feels nice on the body and you're still feeling a stretch. Breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Whichever position you are at, we're going to place those palms on the ground, bringing them closer to the body and pressing up to a nice straight spine. We are going to shift our hips back, sitting both sit bones on the mat and bringing in that right leg to our thigh, extending that left leg out in a turned out position into our half straddle. Arms are going to reach out to the side and we're going to reach up and over to that leg, thinking about pouring our ear closer to that left knee. Stretching those fingertips over, lengthening throughout the side body. Breathing, inhale and exhale further. Inhale. Exhale. On the next exhale, we're going to turn and twist our nose to our knee. Remember, both sit bones are still connected to the mat. Leg is turned out. Hands are slowly pulling your nose closer to that knee, releasing any tension in your hips or quads. Inhale, exhale further. Inhale, exhale further. On our next exhale, we are going to turn our body facing our ear to our knee. Inhale. Exhale, open up to the side, pulling everything back up, going into our pigeon, tucking that back toe, pressing up to our downward facing dog, and transition to that left foot in front. Hands are either palmed down or in a little fist. Head to tail in a nice straight line, engaging that low belly, straightening that back leg, thinking about your foot, opening to the wall behind you to get that stretch in that hip. We're going to drop that knee, untuck those toes, pressing all the way up. Hands lightly are placed onto that left thigh and press your hips forward as you increase that stretch on that right hip. Shoulders are still pressing down and head is lifting away from the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, get closer. Inhale, exhale, shift those hips back, feet reaching to the sky, hands placed right on front of you. If you would like, you can walk those hands closer to your feet to increase the stretch behind the leg. Nice straight back, thinking that neck is long, shoulders pressing away, feeling that stretch in your calf and your hamstring, really flexing the toes here. Don't let it just be relaxed. Actively flex those toes up to the ceiling as you shift your weight back up into our lunge with that knee and toe down. Going just a little bit further now, relaxing the front of your ankles by exhaling and imagining your foot melting into the ground. Placing both hands on the ground, we are going to turn and place that left leg into our pigeon pose, staying in an upright position or placing both arms down. Option 3 is to lengthen the arms down. Pick and choose which one feels best for you today, feeling an increased stretch on that hip and your glutes. That neck is still long, we have not broken it. Keep it nice and lifted. A few more breaths, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, place those hands down. Exhale, press your hands up as you slowly shift onto your sit bones. That right leg is reaching out to the side. That left leg is in your thigh. Sit bones on the ground. Reach those hands out to a second position and side reach up and over, getting that side body throughout the arm and those fingertips reaching out and beyond those toes. Ear is pouring towards that knee. Inhale, exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, twist nose to your knee. Thinking about pulling your upper body very gently, nose to that knee. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale down. Reaching to the side. Pulling both hands all the way back up. Extend both legs out in front of you, pointing those toes. Walking your hands as far down as you can. This time releasing the neck, looking down at your knees. Wrapping those hands behind those legs, bending those elbows to the ground to pull your upper body closer to your lower body. Remembering not to have those ears and shoulders touching, but to press the shoulders down. Slowly rolling up through that spine, flexing those feet, hands extend out in front of you as you forward reach, grabbing those toes and pulling them closer to your face. Going as far down as you can, trying your best in each stretch. Inhale, exhale, bending those elbows, bringing your body lower. Inhale, exhale down. Releasing those hands and slowly rolling up vertebra by vertebra, crossing those legs, finding yourself into a tiny ball position. Palms are placed on the mat, head is dropped between those legs. Press those heels into the ground, keeping your palms connected. Head is completely released. Focus looking between both legs and slowly start to straighten your legs until you find a spot where it feels nice. Your head is pouring the top of your head, reaching to the ground. Inhale and exhale. Releasing the body on every exhale, not having any tension in that upper body. Inhale, exhale. This next exhale, we're going to straighten our legs. Exhale, straighten those legs all the way, trying to keep those palms on the ground. Slowly roll all the way up, vertebra by vertebra. Head is the last thing to rise up. Good job. You are done with day 6. You are getting more flexible, increasing that range of motion with each day that you show up. Don't forget to come back tomorrow and have a wonderful day.